Most sports talking heads make predictions, then hope you forget about how wrong they were. But not Mackie and Judd.
Write this down.
This is the big leagues, where we own our terrible predictions.
Write that down.
And keep track of each other's batting averages. It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
Yep, welcome in the most innovative segment in all of sports media. Write That Down, where we actually put statistics next to our names and reputations. And this episode of Write That Down on Mackie and Judd is presented by our friends at Underdog Fantasy. We appreciate them being a partner going back almost a year, and we're getting into that March Madness season. There's all sorts of things. You got NBA, NFL, PGA, March Madness decks. A lot of things to have fun with on Underdog Fantasy.
Yeah, there's soccer, there's NBA, there's NHL. Like, so you can get some MLS bets in. You got PGA picks. We got a tournament that starts this week, and even John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler. We got over-unders at 70. Phil, I don't know how you're feeling about that. If Rahm and Scheffler, I probably would take the under if I was guessing both those guys. We're going to be teeing off here in about a little bit here at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. There's plenty of great options at Underdog Fantasy. Got the players next weekend, so I'll be making plenty of picks then as well. First-time users still get that bonus, $100. When you sign up with promo code SKOR, S-K-O-R, they'll match your first deposit up to $100. And show us those slips. We like to show off all the great winning slips that our SKOR North listeners like to cash in on. Go download the Underdog Fantasy app.
All right, dudes. Here's how it works. 3 predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. We keep track of batting averages and home runs. And listeners, if you want to participate like the other Thor is about to, you can send us a message through the SKOR North app. We'll get you scheduled at some point here. Let's get to the accountability session, boys, before we go any further. This is where we admit where we were wrong. Or in Judd's case, celebrate the 2 correct predictions coming out of the gate hot here. You said Patrick Kane will be traded to the Rangers by the NHL trade deadline. You said that pretty recently, and he had kind of narrowed his list down. So I don't think it's a home run.
No, it's not.
He pretty much said it was the only place he was going to go. So I don't think it usually would be a home run when you pinpoint a team. But I don't think it can be in this situation.
Agreed.
You said Cat won't return to the Wolves until at least March. Well, here we are.
I got a question.
March 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said this a long time ago. Is this a home run?
Let's investigate here. Let's go see.
Because, originally, what did they announce, Declan? 4 to 6 weeks?
I think it was like 4 to 6 weeks. So.
And then Doogie said he thought February.
When did the Twins sign Gallo? So you made this prediction the week after the Twins signed Gallo.
I got it. I got it.
Declan, can you look that up?
Yeah, I can look that up for you. I heard about that at the golf show. That was pretty funny.
December 20th. So you said this.
Yeah.
Did we do an episode on the 20th? We might have done one midweek there. So you said this before the first of the year. You know what?
I think so.
You said that so long ago. We're going to give Judd a home run for this, if you guys are cool with that.
Yeah, I think that's way
run.
more of a home run than the Kane thing, which isn't close.
Nice job, Judd.
Thank you.
Coming out hot.
I got to get all of the home runs I possibly can because God knows I need them.
All right, I had a really bad week here. Yeah. I got frisky with AJ. AJ was bringing up some Patrick Kane stuff, and I said, you know what? The Wild are going to make it happen. The Wild are going to trade for Patrick Kane, and clearly didn't happen. I said Mike Conley will bounce back from a scoreless performance in 33 minutes, and he will knock down at least 3 3-pointers against the Hornets on Friday. He hit 2 of them, but not 3. Oof. I said Phil Mickelson will finish bottom 5 at the next live event. He was flirting with it for a while, but then he had a nice final round to boost him back up to mid-pack.
Did you see the new PGA Tour announcement, Phil? Like on cuts and what they're going to do there?
I think they're just getting rid of cuts for the special elevated events.
Correct. Yeah,
I don't think they're getting rid of all cuts.
Yeah, no, like in majors, there'll still be a cut line. But yes, it is very interesting.
So they're basically... So they're going to take their 2024 schedule and they're going to identify a handful of elevated events and make them like live events, but with 4 rounds. So no cuts, only the top 70 players and a lot more money because, live golf is paying ridiculous amounts of money for nobody to watch that tour. Did you guys see?
Yes.
On the CW, 300,000 people watched. It was just
who
ridiculous.
Tunes to the CW for anything sports-wise is my first question.
Well, live golf fans, I guess.
Yeah.
If you want to. All right, I said Quinn Snyder will be the Wolves, the next head coach of the Wolves by September 1st, 2000. He's on a 5-year contract with the Hawks now, so I think we can take that off the board. Listeners, AJ, on behalf of the listeners, said Minnesota United would be shut out in their season opener against FC Dallas. On the contrary, they did the shutting out of FC Dallas.
The clean sheet.
And Nate said both Ant and Cat will make some sort of NBA first, second, or third team in 2022-23. I think Ant is a long shot for a third team. Cat hasn't. He's played 21 games.
Right.
So we'll take that one off the board. And then, Declan, you had a few things come off here. You said Marco Rossi would be recalled by the Wild at some point in February. I don't think that happened, right?
Correct. He did not.
You said Dumba would be traded in February. You did say the Wild would collect at least 10 points over the last, I think it was 2 weeks in their 8 games. And they actually had that a couple games ago. They hit that one. So with that, Judd leads early on here, and I still have the 2022 number there, but these are the 2023 stats. 667 for Judd, Declan at 500, I'm at 167, listeners are 0 for. Career, Declan 387, Judd 330, I'm at 267, listeners at 261. And the home runs, you can see the listeners have the most bombs by a mile with 42 career home runs. Whew. All right, let's get him in here. Our guest listener predictor, the other Thor, joining us on Mackie and Judd, making his second appearance. In December, you made an appearance here. So welcome in, the other Thor. What is your strategy here today?
Write this down.
It looked like a tough one for the listeners so far. I mean, it's obviously early on, but maybe have to throw a few Judd bunts down and see if we can get that batting average up a little bit.
Well, I had to come.
I love it.
Had to come after me already. I mean, jeez, tough crowd.
Shots fired across the bow at Judd.
Tough crowd.
Love it. Love
Write
it.
this down.
So we're going to do this. We're going to go around the room 3 times. The other Thor, Judd, Declan, and then back to me. The other Thor, you're in the batter's box. Go ahead. And you only have 8 seconds. You got to pay attention to the pitcher.
I know.
1.
Or
Okay,
it's a
you're done.
called strike.
2.
Okay, you're done. Next to me.
3.
Okay, I do need a little confirmation from you guys, though, just so, like, March Madness is coming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my first prediction, kind of a March Madness prediction, okay? So how do you guys go about picking your brackets? You guys on, like, a pool together? Do you pick them? You just pick your own? You go over them together?
I don't know if I've made one, and well, us 3 collectively, we have never made one. Like, I think I've made one with friends or charity for like the last few years, but that would be the only reason.
Last year was the first year I didn't do a bracket, and it felt great. It was amazing. I just
fantasy
watched.
football.
I used to do like 100 brackets and just get pissed whenever,
Yeah.
I picked the 12 seed to go to the Sweet 16.
How could Sienna lose?
Yeah. And so I guess I might even we'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Well, so this one was kind of based off of your guys' national championship selections, but I think I'm gonna put it in the bag for now, and we'll go to the backup prediction. Okay. So here you go. Write this down. The Minnesota Wild will host a first round playoff series.
Ooh.
Oh.
So right, top 2 in the Central, right? Hosts.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
So I think they're 2 now, right? With the win last night. So
They're
Yeah,
1
they
point out
would-
of first.
They would host Colorado basically if the playoffs started today,
which I don't feel good about either.
So
way.
they'd
I do
lose,
not.
but at least they would get game 1 at the X.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow. I love how ever since Judd basically said fold up shop, tear it all down to the studs, they just can't. They've lost 1 game in like the last 2 weeks.
Write this down.
They still
Made a
can't
couple
score goals,
big
though.
time trades
They're
yesterday.
They're still not scoring goals.
There's still room to make trades here. Still room.
There is.
Okay, over to Judd. Your first prediction.
In fact, that segues perfectly to my first write that down, which is this. The Wild will acquire at least 1 more NHL player in a trade before the deadline on Friday. So they will acquire at least 1 more player who will be plugged into their lineup before the deadline, which I think is 2 o'clock Central on Friday.
Okay. You want to, off the record, you want to speculate on a couple possibilities?
I don't think it's going to be a name that we're like jazzed about. The majority of the big names are gone. The majority of like the guys who are like, oh my, are gone. So, but I think they're going to add 1 more. I think it might be, let's just say a creative ad, but I don't have any insight.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
All right, Dex.
I'll make one as well. Write it down. the Wild will trade Jordan Greenway by the NHL trade deadline.
What are you going to get for him at this
I
point?
agree with that.
Some used breezers from Play It Again
used
Sports.
breezers, you could just include it as something else to help you facilitate a deal. I think they're shopping him. I mean, it's been reported. It's just straight up. They have been shopping Jordan Greenway. Other teams have been calling on Jordan Greenway. So I believe he will be moved by the deadline. So write it down.
Yeah, that sounds like just kind of a
Write it down. You like writing things down?
addition by subtraction. He was
Played
a first
hard
round
last
pick,
night.
wasn't he? Was he a first round pick?
Second.
Second round pick?
Played hard last night, shockingly. Played really well. Boy, if that's not an indictment, nothing is.
All right, I'm going to break the Wild string here. I have a Vikings prediction. In week 1, I'm going to put this out into the future here.
Wow.
For the week 1 game, whoever they wind up playing, the Vikings will have a different starting offensive line in this, and I mean Darisaw, Cleveland, Bradbury, Ingram, O'Neal. That's your starting 5. Something will be different about that starting offensive line for week 1. So 4 of those guys are under contract. Bradbury is not. Yeah. I could also see them just saying, all right, Ingram, that was so bad. You were so bad as a rookie. We're going to just go fix this with a veteran, and you're going to sit for a year. But I don't think they're going to run back the same 5 offensive linemen. Right. So write it down. Okay. All right, back to
You like writing things
the
down?
other Thor.
All righty, we'll go to the Twins. So this is kind of like it's kind of an interesting prediction. Okay, it's like a conditional home run. That's what I'm calling it. Okay, there's like a second part of it that may or may not happen. So I'll explain it, and then you guys can determine. Okay,
We'll decide.
You'll decide.
Thor. We'll decide.
Exactly. Okay, so the first part of the prediction. Okay, so the Twins play Miami, the second series of the year. And so the first part of the prediction, which I don't think is a home run, maybe it is. You guys can determine that too. But I think Luis Arias will have at least 5 hits against the Twins in a 3-game series.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first part. And then the second part is kind of depending on how the rotation goes, is whether or not Pablo Lopez is going to start in Miami. And so if he does start, he will get a win in his first start against his former team.
Okay.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, so it's conditional, right? If he doesn't,
Right.
if he doesn't start, it doesn't.
Then just don't count it. But
okay.
If he does, then it becomes a parlay.
What was a rise? Was it 5 hits in the series or 5 hits in a game?
In the series.
In the series. Got it.
games.
Okay. What's in a game? That'd be a home run.
And it's a 3-game series. I don't know that this is a home run because of the conditional Lopez part, but it is a good prediction. What do you guys think?
If both transpire, home run.
Yeah.
If the back end doesn't occur, not a
Okay,
home
then it's
run.
void.
'Cause Arias
void.
could get 5
Yeah.
hits. And boy, are you going to be pissed off when Rocco emerges from the dugout after 4 2/3 from Lopez and says, "Give me the ball." Give me the ball.
I wonder if we're going to see some
bullpen.
tension. Like Sonny Gray actively called the Twins out on that at one point with Channel 5 last year. I do wonder if there's going to be some tension that boils over.
Write this down.
Yeah.
All right, back to Judd.
I'm going to stay on the baseball theme and make a very Zolgadian prediction. At least 2 players who participate in the World Baseball Classic and are on major league rosters will open the season on the injured list. So at least 2 players who participate, so they do have to play for their country in the World Baseball Classic and are on big league rosters, will open the season on the major league injured list.
Boy.
So I think the only issue here is like this is going to be kind of really difficult to track.
I appreciate you looking out for me.
There is tons of random players on the Pirates and Reds and Royals. And like,
Okay, I'll track it.
I don't know if Phil's going to be able to
No, you
track
won't.
his
Track it.
injured list.
No, you won't.
I'll track
will
it. You know
not.
why? Because this tournament's a ridiculous time to play it. I'll be glad to track
That's
it.
the first time in like 8 years of doing
Yeah.
Write That Down that Judd has offered to track a prediction. This is
Because I'm so
historic
certain
moment.
it's gonna. I'm so certain it's gonna be more than 2.
Well, so Pablo
Well, dude,
Lopez
there's like 100 major league players, right? Playing
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
more
there's
than
a
that,
bunch.
playing in the
that's-
World Baseball.
That's why
Classic.
I'm confident
I
it's going
think-
to be a slam dunk prediction.
Okay. Well, if you want to track it, you can. But personally, I mean, Pablo Lopez, right, he's playing in it, and he's on the Twins roster. I don't know any other player there could be, right? I don't even know the other Twins players who are playing in the
Oh,
World
there's a
Baseball
ton of them. Yeah,
Classic.
well,
but if
I'll find
you
them.
specified the Twins, I'd be like, okay, we can at least track that. But
No,
you're
that's
asking
too difficult.
hundreds of players to find
Yep.
2 that come through the
Well,
injured
no,
list.
it's going to be more like off the record 5. It's going to be a lot. So
Okay,
It's
so
gonna
you're
be-
saying what you're doing here is you're going to lay down
Judd will track.
a really hard to track bunt, basically.
I am
what she's
taking fear mongering of a tournament being played at a ridiculous time to its zenith.
Okay, I would say that if the World Baseball Classic comes and goes and only 2 players wind up on the injured list,
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
why-
huge win against your
Right.
point that you're trying to make.
That's why I'm saying it's going to be more. But I'm just
No,
going
you're
with
not.
2.
You're saying it's going to be 2.
That's why I'm going with 2 because I'm so certain it's going to be more that's going to be very easy to track.
If you're so certain it's going to be more, why don't you say 5 and make the prediction?
Because
5?
no, you're not going to push me around. I want the average.
Judd's going to get a spreadsheet of every player. He's going to go on like March
Yeah.
26th and just go injured list, starting at the Diamondbacks, then starting at the Rockies,
Yep.
and then just go right down
All right.
each one of them.
Exactly right.
Fair enough. I
God,
just wanted the
hilarious.
audience to know what happened there. So, okay, Declan, you go ahead.
All right, I'll make a baseball one too. Write it down. Joe Ryan will start opening day for the Twins. So Joe Ryan will start opening day. I believe he started last year. Opening day. There's plenty of candidates, honestly. I don't know if this is a home run prediction. You guys tell me.
Well, it's either going to be well, it's kind of between 3 guys, right? Him,
Yeah.
Pablo, and Sonny Gray.
I
So
feel
I'm
like
saying
since
it now.
Yeah, I feel like since he started last season's opener that it's not because it's been done before.
Yeah.
But I'm on the fence.
He's also, he is one of their best starting pitchers, so it's a good knock. It's a good knock.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I'll keep it. But
To the gap. I mean, you can change it if you want.
nope.
All right.
Good.
we should give Judd the option to Juddify each prediction,
World baseball.
just to make it a little easier to reach.
Sonny Gray will lift a suitcase after being named as the Twins' opening day starter, dislocate his shoulder, and Joe Ryan will start by default.
Write this down.
Okay, write this down. Miguel Sano, who I believe is still a free agent, he has not signed anywhere, not even like a minor league contract.
Correct.
Write this down. Miguel Sano will hit at least 25 home runs in non-Major League Baseball leagues between now and the end of October.
All right.
I don't know when. Well, there is like the Venezuelan and Mexican winter leagues. We'll just say between now and the end of October, whenever some of these leagues run through. So what would qualify there are minor league home runs, Japanese league home runs, Korean league home runs, and any Mexican league, whatever that he would potentially go in.
Just bat flipping up a storm.
He could do some serious damage in the KBO.
Oh,
Couldn't
yeah.
he? He'd just
Oh
go
my
hit
God.
about 42 home runs. He'd probably bat close to 300 in that league too, and he would make some decent coin. So.
Write this down.
All right, the other Thor, your third and final prediction.
Okay, staying with the Twins. Write this down. The Minnesota Twins will have 3 pitchers eclipse the 150 innings mark for the 2023 season. So off the record, I mean, last year I don't think anybody got 150. Joe Ryan had like 140.
This is a home run, maybe, if it happens. Just based on the Twins' history.
It's got to be
None. They
Lopez,
had
Ryan,
none.
and Gray, right?
Joe Ryan had 147. Dylan Bundy had
it's a home run.
140.
Yeah,
It's a home run.
it's a home run.
But
So
it'll
like the year
be
before.
those 3, I think, the Lopez, Ryan, and Gray trio. I don't think there's any way they let Maeda or Molly get to 150. Maeda's going to get pulled after like 4 innings for the first month.
The year before that, 2021, they didn't have anyone hit 125 innings. So this is definitely a home run if this hits.
Yeah, maybe 150 is too steep, but we'll keep it there, I guess.
good.
I don't know.
Love it, man. The other Thor coming in, organized, well thought out, great stuff. Since you've got this life-changing platform again, is there anyone else in your life you'd like to thank that helped bring you to this pinnacle moment, Thor?
Not really anybody else. Still my family, my friends. I think last time I told you guys a quick twin story about Nishioka, right?
Yeah, the Nishioka jersey.
Well, so in the theme of being prepared, I've got some twins thoughts down. I also have a random twin of the week.
Oh my God. I mean,
Wow.
So it's up to you guys, or you can just kick me off and say, get out.
do you
of here.
want to,
That's
I mean,
fine.
if you'd like to quiz us on a random twin of the week,
yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
I don't have
we've got
a
some
button
time here.
bar or anything though, so you might have to.
Oh,
Somebody
you
might
want the
have to tap
music
into
here?
there.
Look at this.
I love it. The other Thor coming in, producing his own segments
I
here
love
on
this.
Mackie and Judd. This
Yeah,
is great.
All right.
I don't know.
Are we
I didn't-
all competing against each other here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
just-
3 of you guys can guess this
Just
one.
yell it out.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably the best way to go about this.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
No cheating.
Alrighty. This twin,
Jay Canizero. Okay.
the buzzer. was born in St. Petersburg, Florida. This twin was drafted right out of high school as a first-round pick by the San Francisco Giants. It was in the year 2000 for reference.
Boof Bonzer.
No way.
Is that right?
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Yes!
Oh, wow.
Way to go!
Oh,
I was going to guess someone from that trade. Nice.
Go.
Wow.
The other Thor. Don't bring that weak sauce into my house.
Just Dikembe Mutombo.
What other clues did you have? I feel like we should allow you to at least say your other clues.
No, I just come some different ones. All of his career starts for the Twins. He had a career year in 2007, career year 10-12 with a 5 ERA. And then I have a clue here about he was ranked 12th on Bleacher Report's list of top 25 greatest baseball names of all time.
Oh yeah,
So that would have been a gimme there, but
yeah. He should
was my
frame
line.
that.
And,
He should frame that.
In case you're wondering, he is now a pipe fitter per his LinkedIn page. Boof Bonzer.
You can make. Hey, he's been throwing fastballs down the pipe for a long time. He's got a lot of experience.
Pipe fitter in Connecticut. Good for him. Doing well.
He was a pipe fitter in the Metrodome for a few
That's
years
right.
there.
That bullpen.
Boof Bonzer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow, I love it. Thor producing his own segments here, bringing in the trivia. Thanks for coming on. We'll definitely do it again with you at some point. The other Thor.
cool. Sounds good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
Wow.
Some people have requested that we
hours of
do
prep.
like random. We do random Viking of the week.
Yeah,
That we should do.
Poor
random,
Thor prep that thing for an hour, and Phil comes. Jake Canizaro, Boof Bonzer. And
You know,
we're
it's
done.
funny. I got a couple comments last night because I tweeted about Carlos Correa, and just like, hey, there's all this stuff coming out the last month. You know, maybe someone can get an update from Correa on it. And it's funny how life comes full circle in this industry. That 10 years ago, I used to get these stick to baseball tweets and messages whenever I would venture outside of baseball, which was my native. Covered baseball as a beat writer. And now, like last night, it's obvious that you've never, been around the game. Mackie, stick to football. You're a football guy.
Yeah,
Stick to
purple.
football.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah,
Kirk
Mr.
basher.
Access. Yeah.
Stick to bashing Kirk.
You're a Kirk
God.
basher.
Mackie. Stick to riding motorcycles, Mackie. Which I don't necessarily ride a lot of motorcycles, but I know there's listeners of our show that love to get out during riding season. Long winter, got dumped on last week, snowstorm. But motorcycle season is back soon. And if you're looking to get outside, enjoy some nice weather, get prepared with Dennis Kirk. Whatever you ride, Harleys, Indians, Metric Cruisers, sport bikes, you'll find what you need at DennisKirk.com so you can ride more, weight less. Over 180,000 parts and accessories in stock, clothing and helmets. Shipping is free on orders over $89. If you order by 8, they ship the same day. Everything you need for your ride at DennisKirk.com.
Write this down.
All right. Last round here, Judd. Fire away.
All right. The Calgary Flames will part ways with coach Daryl Sutter after the season. Daryl is a old school coach, and he gets really good results very briefly and then flames out because he's an old school coach. So the Calgary Flames will part ways with him after the season.
Poor guy.
So he
Write
could
this
step down theoretically, and I'm still right.
Or
Yep. But I don't want to say fired because if he steps down, that'd be a problem for me.
Dex.
All right, final one. WWE prediction. Phil, not sure if you saw, but John Cena is coming back to Raw on Monday.
I did see that. Yep.
Gonna make an
Sounds like
appearance.
it's him and Austin Theory apparently are gonna get into a program.
And that's pretty much my prediction. Write it down. John Cena will wrestle Austin Theory at WrestleMania.
That's
at WrestleMania.
like widely reported though that
Yeah, I
that's
know.
what's happening.
Yeah, but you never know. But it's going to happen. He's going to wrestle Austin Theory. How about wrestle Austin Theory and he'll take the belt off him? Because a lot of people think he's going to put him over. A lot of
That
people
would
think
be
they're going
better.
to put him over.
With anything else on here, like if Jeb were to come on here and say, what's something in hockey that's been reported but not official yet, like it's been reported that those two are going to face each other. So if you predict the winner of the match, I think it's more of an acceptable prediction.
Cena will
So
win the title.
Cena takes the belt off in his jorts, same jorts he's been wearing for 20 years.
He's balding too.
He is.
Oh,
He
he's
should
got
keep
to shave
hat
the
on.
head. Just shave the head. It's awful. The bird's nest on the back of that guy's noggin. It's got to go.
Noggin.
Just-
Noggin's
just-
a great word.
Yeah,
Bird's
it's a
head
good
and
one.
noggin. God,
Just
that's good.
Put it
Nice
up.
work.
Write this down.
All right, write this down. I got to make a golf prediction here. I don't know if he's playing this week, but here's a prediction. I think our guy Ricky Fowler is starting to feel it a little bit more. All right.
Okay.
Ricky Fowler, he hasn't won a tournament in years. He was outside the top 100 for a while. He's back in the top 100. I think he had a top 10. So Ricky Fowler will win a tournament this season. He will win a tournament. I'll say either a PGA Tour tournament or a major. So I don't know if he goes and plays either PGA Tour, Europe, whatever. He's going to win a tournament this year.
I legit think between Phil and I, we have made some type of Ricky Fowler winning a tournament prediction over the course of the last 3 years. I'll write that down at least 5 times. Like, I'm not sure the database if you just did a control F on Fowler, but I bet there's a bunch of red X's on Fowler-related predictions.
Yeah, I feel like both of you guys at one time were Fowler stands, and now it's just sort of
I still am too, man.
Yeah, I
root
still
for
stand
that
for
guy.
Fowler.
Yep.
Big Puma guy.
I don't know what happened
Puma.
there. It's like he just kind of he was one of the best players in the world like 7 years ago, and now and best friends with Justin Thomas and Rory and those guys.
I believe he was a really good, one of the best putters on tour when he first got on. And, as anyone knows, if you're really good at putting, it makes up for everything. And in the last few years, his putting has just fallen off the table. So it's kind of
abandoned.
Just bad. Yeah, now he's just not really good.
All right.
It's tough out there. It's tough out there. But he's banked enough money where it doesn't really matter. So that's what's tough. It's like Brooks Koepka too. It's like trying to wrestle with, does it matter? I've got $100 million in the bank, but he's going to make a comeback. He's going to win a tournament. So those are the write that down predictions, accountability session. I know you guys have a Judd's Hockey Show with Jesse Pierce coming out as well. So we have all kinds of stuff across both Mackie and Judd and Purple Daily here, in addition to our predictions. So we will see you guys for some Reckless Speculation Thursday tomorrow.